Has officially suspended their search for 4 boaters who vanished in the Gulf.
It has been 2 days since a routine fishing trip turned into an all-out search. Thanks for joining us here at 11. I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Amanda Hall. The search could begin again if new evidence comes out. The situation is a nightmare for their families.
Just the thought of not having him here and not knowing where he's at, if he's cold, if he's alone, if he's alive, it's a lot to bear with, and we're just trying to be hopeful, as hopeful as possible.
That's Ruben Mora's son. He told us he just wants his dad to come home. Their family's already dealt with enough tragedy this month. Just a few weeks ago, Ruben's son, Roy Mora, died in a crash, and the whole family is still grieving that loss. In this video, you can see the heartbreak as they wheeled him to the OR so his organs could be harvested and he could become an organ donor.
Now, investigators say that Ruben Mora was boating with Angel Hernandez Munoz, Julio Briones, and Vargas Parra. Now, the Coast Guard says that they disappeared about here near Stump Pass Beach State Park in Sarasota County. But the scope of the search was huge. You can see that it starts all the way up here in Longboat Key, comes down past Captiva, and on into Collier County. The Night Beat's Amy Gallo has more on this story from Venice.
I spoke with Captain Markham, who was out searching for the missing boaters from around 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. He told me as he was returning, there were still Coast Guard boats searching for the missing boaters, and there were at least 9 agencies out on the water today, as well as some crews in the sky. 4 boaters lost at sea, their families consumed with worry.
The thought of not having him here and not knowing where he's at, if he's cold, if he's alone, if he's alive, it's a lot to bear with. And
Ruben Mora Jr.'s father, Ruben Mora, is one of the missing boaters. They head out Saturday morning on this boat, a boat agencies all over the southwest coast of Florida are now searching for, including Sea Tow Venice.
I saw with my eyes probably 18 to 20 boats, but there had to be at least another 10 or 12, if not more, that I did not see that were searching in other areas.
From as far north as Longboat Key, all the way down to Sanibel.
It helps when someone calls and says, I'm having a problem and this is where I'm at. Then if you don't hear from them anymore, you at least have a starting point.
But in this case, Markham says there were about 10 different guesses as to where the missing boat could be.
That search area expanded out to, I believe, about 5,000 square miles.
Add to that conditions Monday were not good. Wind was blowing and seas were between 4 to 6 feet, making the search for a white boat infinitely harder.
And when you're out in conditions like that, everywhere you look, you see hundreds of white objects, or what you think are white objects, but what they are white caps from the waves rolling over.
And with it being crab season,
you're constantly avoiding becoming tangled in a stone crab trap.
But Markham has hope that Tuesday will be better as conditions improve.
We'll have a lot of recreational fishermen wanting to head offshore. Obviously, when you get several hundred people heading offshore, we monitor the VHF radio from our office, and we look forward for somebody to call something in that they found.
Anything from a seat cushion to a cooler could be a clue that this family so desperately needs.
If you're out on a boat and you're driving around and you see somebody in distress or you see something that may happen, step out. It may or may not be my father.
Captain Markham told me he was also out on the water Saturday morning around the time that the missing boaters would have been exiting the inlet. He says that it was very foggy that morning and it would have been easy for a boater to become disoriented, not know where they were going, or not see another boater coming their way. On the Night Beat, Amy Gallo, Wink News.